I say when the world was first created, the hippo was very hairy, and he thought he was the best looking creature that God ever created.
Look at that snake swimming across there. Just
And
underneath.
he was so arrogant that he said to the rabbit one day, look at you and your fluffy little tail and your ears, but look at me, I'm this massive thing, and I'm hairy, and I'm the most beautiful thing that God ever created. And he said, you're so small and insignificant, you should actually be looking after me. And the rabbit thought, this is very arrogant. And he said to the hippo, I'll tell you what, great one, I'll make you a beautiful bed of dry grass every night so you can sleep. And that's exactly what the rabbit did. And he worked very hard that day, and he made a beautiful bed of dry grass for the hippo to sleep on. And that night, as the sun was setting, the hippo got out the water and he went and lay down on the bed the rabbit worked so hard for. And the rabbit ran off to a village and he saw some fire. And he came back and he set the hippo's bed alight. And because the hippo was hairy, the hippo set light. And he ran through the bush to get to the water to kill the flames. And as he was running, he caused this veld fire. And he dived into the water, he killed the flames, but he created a huge veld fire, and he had to wait for the veld fire to die down. When eventually the veld fire died down, he got out the water, and in the moonlight, the sun had set, he had looked at himself in the reflection of the moon, and he saw that he was a short-legged, fat, ugly animal. And he was so embarrassed that to this day he only has his eyes and his nose above his head. And he only comes out at night to eat because he knows how really ugly he really is.
Yeah, Ellie, we're going to tell you that story.
2 years old.
You see all the turtles.
Thank you very much.
That's an absolute pleasure. There's also another story. They say that when the world was first created, God made a very big mistake, and he put two very large predators in the water. One was the hippo, the other was the crocodile. And the hippo was eating everything, and he was leaving nothing in the water for the crocodile. So God said to the hippo, listen, you must leave. You're the biggest. You must leave because you're leaving nothing for the poor crocodile to eat. And the hippo said, well, I can't. I mean, I'm this big fat thing, and I love the water, and my skin burns in the sun, and I'll do anything. But please don't make me leave the water. And God said, okay, you can stay, but you must make a promise that you must never leave. You must never eat anything that's living in the river system. And to this day, he's kept this promise. And every time he opens his mouth, hey boy, come, open for me. It gives God a chance to look to see he's got no little fish in his mouth. And when he scatters his tongue with his tail, it's so that God can see he has no little fish bones in the water.
Aww.
Yes. Hey, have a look.
Aww.
You see, and that's why